Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kieran from Red Devil Weekly, as you already know. And today I just wanted to do a little video on Bruno Fernandes because I realised, I looked at my channel and thought, you know what, I haven't actually given my opinion on the Bruno Fernandes transfer saga, and I thought, no time like the present. I thought I may as well give my thoughts on it, especially how his name has come back into the Man United transfer news over the past few weeks and quite recently, really. So I wanted to give my opinion on it, also just to update you on the latest news that I've heard about it, and also just give my opinion as to whether he'd be a decent signing to make or not. But of course, before we get into this video, as you can tell, it is a video and not a live stream. I have been having troubles with my internet recently, so I've had to do a little video, which in some ways is better because it's a bit more concise and I'm not rambling on too much. Hopefully not, anyway. But yeah, I think my next few ones might be videos. Hopefully I'll get the streams back up and running, but for now, please do, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Leave a like as well, and also subscribe to the channel. One subscriber away from hitting 640 subscribers, so, please do help us out with that. But with that all being said, we're going to get straight into it, and Bruno Fernandes, of course, as I said, has been a long-term Manchester United transfer target this summer. And he's someone who a lot of United fans want to bring in. And I have to second that motion. I think looking at our team so far, looking at the squad we have, one of the positions that we do need to strengthen is midfield. Now, last season, obviously I would say our premier three midfielders that we started with was Pogba, Herrera and Matic. Now through the season went on, obviously we saw that Matic wasn't really good enough. Pogba, to be honest with you, looks like he's going to leave anyway, but I would say Pogba wasn't good enough last season. You guys obviously can debate that in the comment section below as well. But you could argue that Pogba, Matic and Herrera weren't exactly good enough last season. We did bring in Fred and McTominay, and I thought actually, to their credit, McTominay is especially, did a pretty good job. Had some really, really good performances, and hopefully he's one for the future. But Fred definitely, needs a bit more time to kind of bed into the squad. He didn't seem to be fully up with English football, which is kind of understandable. But obviously, if you pay 50 million for a player, you'd want him to be a bit better, but hopefully this season he can prove a lot of the doubters wrong. But Bruno Fernandes, I think, would be a very much a welcome addition to the team. Last season, brilliant stats in the Primeira Liga. That's obviously, if you don't know, the Portuguese league. But making his trade for Sporting Lisbon, scored 20 goals and 13 assists in 33 matches. Not bad whatsoever, I have to say. 20 goals from midfield is brilliant. I mean, we saw that from Paul Pogba last season. Yes, 10 or 11 of those were penalties, but still, it's not a bad stat to have. Of course, football's not based on stats. It's not, football's not played on paper, you know what I mean? So, what I've seen him in is very, very good. As I said, I'm not going to sit here and say I've watched every single minute of every game he's played, because I haven't. I'm not an expert on him. And, Fernandes, as I said, what I've seen of him, he does look very, very good, very agile. Very good at linking up the play between the defence and the forward line. And it seems like the stats go to prove it. But it's going to be interesting to see if he does sign for Manchester United, whether he'd fit into the kind of physical nature of the Premier League. And whilst the Premier League is still quite physical, I think that nature is kind of dying down a bit, especially with more foreign investment from different leagues which aren't used to that sort of physicality. I think we are now seeing the growth of the kind of skillful flair central midfielders as opposed to the kind of Patrick Vieira's or Roy Keane's of this world that we saw in yesteryear. So I think Bruno Fernandes, he's definitely someone who's been chased by a lot of the top clubs in Europe, and you can see why. You can definitely see why. And I think adding him into the team, for me, would be a brilliant signing and a kind of necessary signing as well, considering we have got rid of Ander Herrera, which, in my opinion, you guys might not agree with me, but I think he was a very, very good midfield player for Manchester United. Maybe the demands he was asking in terms of wages, he didn't really kind of justify, but I thought, nevertheless, he was a very, very good performer for us. In my opinion, anyway, as I said, you might not agree with me. So I think we do need to, replace him, and especially Paul Pogba as well. Two big personalities in there, in Herrera and Pogba leaving, potentially. It looks like it anyway. We do need to start bringing in reinforcements, and I'm hoping to see Fernandes come in. The reported figures around 50, 55 million to bring Fernandes in. I think that will rise, unfortunately, for Manchester United. But a lot of people saying just pay the money, bring him to Old Trafford. Don't worry about the price tag. Pay the money, ask questions later. And I kind of agree with it on this one. I do agree with it on this one. But I think this one is gonna, burn on for the next kind of few weeks. I don't think that this is going to be resolved too soon. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on Bruno Fernandes. I just wanted to, give you my thoughts because I realised, as I said at the start, I hadn't done that on this channel. I hadn't talked about him before, so I thought, you know what, why not do it now? So, guys, let me know your thoughts on what I had to say on Bruno Fernandes, and let me know your opinions as well in the comment section down below. But that's all I've got to say to you guys. I hope you're enjoying your summer holidays. Please do leave a like, and also leave your thoughts in the comment section down below as usual. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you very, very soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, I didn't crash. Please.